So last week we had a demo from Mark. What was it?
The editor, the content editor.
Async content editor, I think it was called. We had a demo from Mike. What was it?
I think it was the two-factor authentication, which is merged. The multiple providers.
Yeah. Then from Zoltan, new site.
Yeah, new site.
Okay. The pigs today. At page 711. Demos. Okay, that's good. Topics.
I think we need to talk about 1.7 release.
Oh, do we?
And
oh yeah, okay.
I think so. And there is one PR that needs steering.
Okay. I don't like that. What is that thing? Ooh. I don't care. That status. Status should call fetch. Should one fetch. I will double click. Uh, 7.4. 7.4. Nothing was merged on Orchard 1. We approved some PRs, but nothing was merged. Why is this one so old? Here. Seven four. Not much here either. Summer effect. Okay, so 4 we had NLog updates, localize admin filter thumbnails. Oh yeah, from a comment I did last week, Chantilly fixed everything. We just saw that in one file, but apparently it was taken from other locations. Notification index content column size is too high. Okay. MySQL stuff. Commit with smileys, well, emojis, sorry, for two-factor authentication improvements, and extensible UI in this case. Nice UI. Ignore underscore rule for private const. Okay, because I mentioned during the triage, I believe that a private constants can have the Pascal case naming convention. So I assume we need to change the editor config for that to remove the warnings. Sham updating Stack Exchange dependency, documentation thing, well, contributors thing, localizer and logger field cleanup. Okay, not mentioning the type when it's not necessary. And using S when localizer is used for PO files, at least that will be better. Okay, so cleanup. Redis obsolete implicit operator. I'm wondering what this is. I am curious. I can't type anymore. PR 13963. Okay. So no issue, no explanation. So this, okay, why not? But this Redis channel literal. So maybe there is a char in these things that can't be used there, and it needs to be encoded. Maybe that's it. But then that I don't know. So nobody knows. Oh, we don't require an approval. Okay, interesting. That's fine. Good. So, Mike, you said.
Yeah, if you look at just look at that need a steering tag, there's one really. It's not a big deal, but because it's a comment that one time you mentioned, I want to make sure you provide more feedback before we proceed with this one.
Cool. I will try not to read the comments, okay? So my comment is not tinted by the comments, just to try to understand again. I believe I have seen that by the past. So IOrchard helper, get client IP address. Yeah. Yeah, that's not something common, like it's like a helper. Well, this is a helper. I mean, yeah, this is a service to help you find something, but put it on Orchard helper, that's weird because that's not something that you expect people to do on their views all the time or to get access quickly. Because if you get this level of things on the Orchard property, then you could get anything and that would be a mess here. So I think that's what I saw. Get IP address. You want to use that. So that's the thing that you moved out of that thing.
Yeah, we just basically abstracted the logic into a helper because it seems to be used multiple times. And like, I know it's used.
Yeah, it's an
Like, I
abstract.
need the same logic to use in one of my projects.
Okay, so
I would have said
I would have said just use remote IP address from this thing, but there is some logic here. Get client IP address, and if there is an address, okay. I will make a service for that. I will make an interface for that. At least to abstract it so people can customize the behavior if they want, like for testing or whatever, just for that. I will not add it to Orchard helper. So what's the decision to make here?
So the question one time, well, to me, I would have suggested we make that helper part of the HTTP context. But a while ago, you mentioned that you don't really like having it part of the HTTP context. You rather have it part of the core. So that's why I went down that route. And John Thierry and Hisham both are suggesting to make it extension of the HTTP context.
No, I will just make an interface for that. If you want to make it extensible and reusable everywhere, make a service.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Make a service. Make an interface, a service interface, and put it in infrastructure so everyone can use that. And this way, we can even mock it for tests if we need to.
Yeah.
So that could be a singleton service. That's what I would suggest, because I would not like to see this thing, which is uncommonly used, in a common context class or helper class. So,
like IP address accessor?
Something like that, yeah. Exactly, yeah. So maybe I'm wrong, but I think the infrastructure is the module is the library where we put these things if you want it to be used, to be available everywhere. IP address accessor.
Either that or client information accessor. Like if we ever want to use more than just the IP address, like we want agent information as well. I don't know.
Why would you try to put it? I mean, put a separate one and then that's okay. Like this or like this? Like this. Something like that.
Probably we'll just call it get IP async or get IP.
Why not client? I believe or remote or whatever. Because otherwise you might be like, oh, this is a server IP
because
address.
Because the client, I mean, if it's interface, it would be an implementation. So the client part will be the implementation to decide that it's a client IP.
No?
I don't know.
No, because you don't want to change the behavior from client to server just because here you really ask for the client IP address. So this is what you want. You don't want an IP address and someone decide if it's a server or the client. No, you really want the client. You don't want the server. Never.
Then maybe the interface would be IClientIpAddressAccessor, but not the method.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. And there is no milestone here. Oh, that's a PR. Okay, that's why. Awesome. Done?
Well, 1.7.
1.7. Let's see issue.
What should we do?
Do we have anything labeled 1.7?
Good question. I didn't even.
I believe there is very few. Okay, so that is not urgent, but if we could try, that would be nice. Because there is a new, like with .NET 8, there is a new Razor API. And if they are breaking us, we should report it before they can't change anything anymore. we do very, so I will ping Jean-Thierry. Bug. Yeah. So yes, these bugs, we should retriage them and see if they are still active. Yeah, we are skeptical about the issue, I believe.
Yeah, maybe request more feedback. Otherwise, we'll just kind of move on without. Because last update was May 31st.
Okay, this is not blocking 1.7, but which button? Okay, pinging for it, and we'll decide next week. And unless they are closed, as soon as these are closed, we can start the issue to the 1.7 release and do the release. When is the
Sounds good.
When is the thing that we said? 21 days. Okay, good job. Thank you for reminding it. Good. So we can ship 1.7 with two-factor authentication.
There you go.
Awesome.
Works amazing too.
Hope so. Good. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
See you. So not Thursday. See you next Tuesday. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. See you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye.